As communities across the globe continue to struggle to stay open with the pandemic still raging, many health officials are pressing the importance of contact tracing. You've likely heard of the term. In essence, contact tracing helps officials keep tabs on who has the virus and who they may have interacted with, and that could prove key to curbing its spread. But as Maggie Rulli explains, critics are bringing up potential privacy issues with many of these apps used to keep track of this. Plus the question, will it really work?
Known for its stunning coastline and mild climate, the Isle of Wight has been a vacation destination since Victorian times. Today, this place that still oozes Old English charm could now be the key to controlling this pandemic, becoming ground zero for a new and controversial contact tracing app. We're on the ferry to Isle of Wight, a place that's kind of the perfect location to roll out this kind of contact tracing system. It has a relatively small population, just a few hours outside of London, and they can track how many people are coming on and off the island, making it this controlled community that scientists can study. More than 40,000 people have died from COVID-19 in the UK. It's the most of any European country. Officials here are desperate to avoid a second wave and are now looking to this tiny island for hope, studying the results of weeks of contact tracing there before rolling out the app nationwide.
So if it doesn't work, there's no danger to anything or anyone, and if it does work, it's given us that extra layer of protection. And actually, you know, we're patriots, we love our country, we want to help, and we want to lead Britain out of this coronavirus conundrum, and this is the way we can do so. We've got people from across the age range, and actually the fact that we've got older folks here is no bad thing, because we need to protect those older folks.
The app relies on people's readiness to share personal information. It has to be downloaded, Bluetooth settings enabled. People then must disclose their postcode, and if they have COVID-19 symptoms with the app, which then alerts nearby users that they may have come into contact with an infected person. Those pinged via the app should quarantine for 14 days. Advocates claim this technology can rapidly stop COVID-19 from spreading.
It's not the whole solution, but it's a really essential part, because normal approaches can't solve this problem.
But others question if the technology will really work. The app works most effectively if more than half of the population downloads it, and health experts say it should only be used to supplement human contact tracers, not replace them. And those who are most vulnerable to COVID-19, like the elderly, may not even have the smartphones needed to use the app. But proponents like Michael Parker, an ethicist who helped create the UK's app, say even a small number of users can have a major impact.
Essentially, every person who downloads it makes a difference. So there's a relationship, basically a one-to-one relationship. So that if one person downloads it, then that means one less infection.
Some see this technology as a crucial component to reopening economies. And as countries begin to ease lockdowns, the pressure to prevent more infections in a second wave is high. France has launched its Stop COVID app, while Switzerland and Latvia plan to use Google and Apple software for their own versions. Germany launched its app today, and Italy just started a pilot program. But Europe is notorious for its stringent internet privacy laws, and the apps are raising concerns over the use and storage of people's personal data. Norway had to pull its app from the market after a watchdog agency said it posed a threat to user privacy. Urke Boyton is one of dozens of top cybersecurity analysts who wrote an open letter to the UK government demanding transparency.
We as a society live by our liberty. We live by our liberty to associate, our freedom of expression. The more surveillance is introduced, the more we have to be guarded about what we do, who we associate with.
As Europe reopens its internal borders, countries are trying to strike a balance. In the UK, creators of the app say it would not track any personal data, not even someone's location, since the app relies on Bluetooth to ping others who may have come into contact with an infected person. And any information will only be stored for 28 days. But Boyton warns that even these seemingly limited apps could be a slippery slope to the kind of surveillance we see in China, a place where the government has a heavy hand in citizens' personal lives. Scanners abound in public places. People are assigned personal QR codes containing their health information. It takes one color to determine if someone can leave their home. Yet despite having some of the strictest preventative measures, a new cluster emerged in Beijing just this week. Officials there able to track and test tens of thousands in a matter of days. And in South Korea, the government also has an invasive approach. Even though it was applauded lauded for its containment of the virus, it's come at a price. South Korea has deployed thousands of contact tracers, used CCTV surveillance, cell phone GPS, credit card transactions, and travel and medical records to track the virus. But a lot of South Koreans say they understand what they're giving up is for the sake of the public good.
Yes, it is a violation against privacy, but it is necessary. This is a global fight. We are all in this together.
COVID-19 has left many questions unanswered, and how to best prevent a second wave remains one of the top issues. For a majority of the states in the U.S., the answer, for now, is an old-school approach.
We're getting on the phone to contacts and cases, and we're communicating with them. It's pretty crude in that sense.
Dr. Mike Reed heads the contact tracing training program in California. He says that a widespread app in the U.S. isn't likely to work here.
The populations that have been disproportionately affected by COVID-19 are marginalized populations, poorer communities, where issues of digital equity pay out. So I don't know that a smartphone technology is going to be taken up by those communities that would need to be reached.
Instead, interpersonal contact tracing programs, where a trained contact tracer connects with those who may have been exposed to the virus and follows up with them every few days to see if they've developed symptoms. It's a method that's been around for hundreds of years and used successfully for diseases like tuberculosis. Similar to an app, it can prevent people from spreading it to others.
One of the values that we can provide in a phone call is that we can be empathic. They say, look, I know that you must feel really anxious in this moment. You've been exposed to somebody with coronavirus. Let me provide you with education and resources in this moment so that A, I can put your mind at ease, and B, help you understand your shared responsibility. Can an app do that? Maybe, but maybe not.
To apply his method across the country, it's going to take an army at an estimated cost of about $3.7 billion to cover 100,000 contact tracers. And even though some say an app would be helpful to supplement this on-the-ground action, any widespread rollout in the U.S. seems far off. According to a Pew Research poll late last year, 66% said that the risk of the government collecting people's personal data outweighed the benefits. But for many people on the Isle of Wight, they feel that this new technology comes with a sense of responsibility and perhaps an opportunity to make a difference.
Me and my team work every day on these wards. We're working in these difficult environments, and we see how difficult it can be for these people that get the infections. I'm really proud of the effects and the work that's gone on to try and keep people safe and to try and help people.
Maggie Rulli, ABC News, London.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.